Centre for the Under-23's preliminary final. It's the Manly Warringah Sapphires against the UTS St George Sparks. The UTS St George Sparks lost by a single goal to the GWS Fury last week, which means the Fury are through to the grand final and the Sparks have to battle hard here tonight to join them. Meanwhile, the Manly Warringah Sapphires, they beat the Eastwood Ride Hawks by 3 goals, coming down from behind at half-time with a really impressive performance in the second half to win the match. You can see there's lots of support here tonight and some great banners barracking for Manly. Meanwhile, the Fury, their Opens team just lost to the Eastwood Ride Hawks by a pretty big deficit in the Opens preliminary final. So if you're a Fury fan tuning in to see who they'll face in the Under-23s next week, just let you know that the Opens are out. A lot of vocal support here tonight. Our umpires, the 2 Burgess sisters, Hayley and Emma, and the reserve umpire is Shauna Winchester. See the 2 sisters there having a little chat amongst themselves. The Under-23's Fury team is actually sitting behind me in the stands watching on, so they'll know who they'll face in 60 minutes' time. Sparks starting with a centre. Baker getting that starting goal attack bib today for the Sparks. McCrowan, trying to use the transverse line. Hands from Manly in there. Sparks maintain possession. Baker swings to the pocket with a loopy shot. McCrowan gives it back. Showing patience here. They feed in. Kaimani Swenke puts the ball up. First goal on the board for the preliminary final. Penalty helping the Sapphires here. Man with the ball in hand to Stansfield. Coming back to reset with the skipper. Little trying to use them again. And there'll be a penalty just inside the Sapphires' goal third. Man looking in. Again, persistence in this play. So really good defence from the outset. And the Sapphires are on the board, 1-1. Vassallo coming through for the centre pass. She finds Baker. Feeding in, Swenke right underneath that post, almost too close. There's a lot of defensive pressure there. Fiddler out of play. And Melville will be 2. Latchley before moving into the goal third. Stansfield outside. Nice work with Brophy on that baseline. Sapphires echo the Sparks' efforts, 2-2. Again, Vassallo finding space for that centre pass. Tweddle O'Donnell to Baker. Coming back to reset. Vassallo using Tweddle O'Donnell. McCrowan had her hands up free, but instead they go into the circle, and Baker, really nice work to have the front space there. 2 pumps and up and through. Man to Little. Having to come back. Melville provides an option, gives it back to Little. Stansfield. Nervous pass back to her. Patterson was hunting, but she'll be out of play. 2-on-1 in the circle. Now Bogard out of play. Some colourful supporters with the pom-poms. Baker to McCrowan. Vassallo to Baker, driving through. Both teams just playing some smart netball as they settle the nerves. McCrowan tries to give it to Swenke, and Fiddler with the first intercept of the night. Falling over the back line, keeps it in play. It's a big statement from the Sapphires early on. Donahue back to man in the midcourt. Little just beats Tweddle O'Donnell running back. Coming off the hands of Bogart, and instead it'll be a contact call. She's outside the circle. Feeding in, Stansfield steadies. Little fake to get rid of Patterson. With a penalty. No. 3 seconds called, took too long. So they had a chance to go up 1. Instead, the score remains 3-all. Tweddle O'Donnell to McCrowan. Pushing Patterson up the court. Driving hard is Abby Baker outside that circle. She's found Chase Vassallo on the edge. Tweddle O'Donnell, the ball comes off the hands of the Sparks and into the Sapphires, but umpire helps them out here. Swanky can't get the ball. Straight to Fiddler. Having an impact early in this match. Melville. Little and Brophy. Baker trying to challenge from behind the goal defense. But the Sapphires have it. Little to the top. Brophy with a front cut. Mid-range. On the left foot. Can't convert. The ball pops over the back line. Sparks with a throw-in. This is a great contest so far. 3-all, still waiting for the 4th goal for either side to be scored. McCrowan loses the ball. Little spill and it ends up in the hands of man. Sapphire's defensive pressure really a showcase already. Stansfield with a little fake, uses Little on the edge, rolling backwards, but instead they've gone over the top of the circle and into Stansfield on the other side. So the Sapphires take themselves to 4, 1 goal up. Was a tussle for a little bit there. In the pocket, Little and Stansfield go 1-2. Up by 2. At 89% last week, Stansfield shot 34 goals. She's going to be expected to shoot a lot more here tonight on the show court. Vassallo to Swanky, just used her arms to find space then, but it goes unnoticed. And Baker, left-hand side of the post, offloads. Back within 1. There's the Sparks bench, loud and proud. Brophy with a cut, finds the ball in the centre pass. Now it's in the goal circle. Stansfield again, doing a lot of the work here and staying strong for the Sapphires, 6-4. So the Sparks finish the regular season in 2nd place, Sapphires in 3rd. We've already mentioned that last week the Hawks were knocked out of the finals race. McCrowan down low to Baker. Umpire just asking them to take the penalty again further back. On that baseline, Swanky is solid. We have got a game on our hands here. Nice and tight in this first quarter. Donahue with ball in hand for the Sapphires. Little waits for Stansfield to pop through at the right moment. Oh, and on the toes. Yes, I think that was a step. Goal does not count. That was really good umpiring from Hayley Burgess. Sparks pushing up the court. They've found Baker. The pass to back to Vassallo isn't great. Somehow they hang on to possession. Nice backing up. On the edge, McCrowan. And now Baker inside, or will it be Swanky? So some contact helping the Sparks steady themselves inside the circle. And they've got a centre here to try and go back-to-back and take the lead. Bogard regathers. Well, that's Tweddle O'Donnell, rather. Vassallo bouncing to Baker. Oh, how's the vision? Swanky opens up at the back. No one was marking her. And the Sparks hit the lead, 7-6. Pressure building on the Sapphires here as they try to match the efforts of the Sparks. On the edge. Call just inside the circle. Stansfield puts the shot up, swish it straight through. Wow, that was seriously impressive. Such a young player, but such a talent already. And a held ball call against the Sparks means the Sapphires are pumping their fists. They've got the ball back. Long ball to Brophy. Now she's using the pocket. Little down low. Stansfield, how smart is she? Little pocket rocket. Bouncing along the baseline with the ball. 8-7. Sapphires back in front. Brophy comes back to Donahue. Little still in the midcourt. Oh, that was lucky. Tweddle O'Donnell had her hands in front. Smooth work here in the pocket. Stansfield, mid-range. Misses the shot, and Bogart straight on those crumbs. Pushing up through the midcourt here. Baker to Vassallo, the skipper. McCrowan to the pocket. Baker just stuck for an option there. You can see the panic in her eyes. But Swanky tries to open up at the back. Charlie Fiddler, oh, their coach Virginia Welsh is stamping her feet. That was so close to being an intercept. Instead it's a throw in from the back line, and now it's a penalty on the left-hand side of the post. Baker takes the Sparks back level. Fancy footwork from Baker, sees it get the centre pass. Vassallo feeding in, nice and easy. Swanky missed the pass though. Accuracy on the shot lacking. Brophy overhead finds Melville, strong and hard inside this channel. Stansfield outside the circle. And top of the circle, it'll be a Sapphires penalty. Bogart out of play. Down low, Stansfield. Just turning her back on the ball. And waiting for the umpire to give her the all clear to shoot the Sapphires' 9th goal. So they can go back to back here. Brophy to Little. Quick work here. She was on her own. And Stansfield tried to pass to Brophy, who was running through. Instead, the ball comes over the back line. Sapphires through to Little and feeding in Stansfield. Misses the shot. So the accuracy we saw at the start of the quarter is starting to fade away. Vassallo twisting, turning, finds Baker, who's doing a lot of work off the ball to set things up. Now Swanky needs to get this goal, it's crucial. She's solid, she does, casual as you like. 9 apiece, less than 3 minutes till the first break. The Furies under 23 side, eager to see who they'll play next week on Tuesday night. McCrowan trying to feed in. Oh, she's dropped the ball and didn't want to replay, so couldn't pick it up. Gifting the ball to the Sapphires here. What can they do? 2:15 before the first break. Donahue pops behind. Now she's found Little. Outside channel, Stansfield in the pocket. Moving to the top. Still trying to get closer to the post, and ball won by McCrowan. Smart work from the centre. Bogart to Tweddle O'Donnell. Ball comes out of the chest of Patterson, but back into her arms. And just stuck in this midcourt here are the Sparks. Vassallo goes long to Baker. And the ball is won by Fiddler at the back. Wow, an early contender for player of the match. making all the difference, guarding that post. Stansfield swings over the top. Little to take a penalty on the edge. Hip high pass into Stansfield, and she'll just steady herself now, take all the time in the world, and put it up through. Little 1-goal buffer, but there's only a minute to play. Can the Sapphires make it 2? Brophy to Mann, running hard across her player. And really nice work from the Sapphires, swinging the circle. Stansfield misses the shot, but Brophy's backing up from the other side. 12-9, our scoreboard's just taken, oh no, back to 11. I was going to say that moved quickly. So 2 goals difference. 30 seconds with time held. Sparks goal third. Baker gives it to Swanky. Still not close enough to the post though. Baker now an option on this right-hand side. Misses the shot. There's still time to convert, 17 seconds. Fires it inside the net. Takes the Sparks back within 1. 7 seconds. What can the Sapphires do with this? Brophy, fair way out, puts the shot up and misses. It goes over the back line, and that'll be all she wrote for the first quarter. The difference, just 1 goal. The Sapphires leading the Sparks 11-10. Just one goal separates these two teams as they head into the second quarter. The Sparks have been more dominant during the regular season in this matchup. They beat the Sapphires by 2 goals in round 5, 46-44, and then by 5 goals in round 12, 52-47. And they've got a centre here to play with. Swanky misses the shot, but does back up. So that rebound was pretty crucial for them. Scores back level, 11 apiece. Brophy with a strong drive out for the centre pass. She's found Little. Inside channel. Coming off the hands of Baker and into the goal third. Sapphires hang on to possession. Now at the top, man to Stansfield. Mid-range. Wow. Big game player is Stansfield. First time playing Premier League, but standing up to the challenge. Outside the circle is a penalty for the Sparks. Rolling in, Baker takes the ball off the ground. And the outside arm of Fiddler playing havoc. Swanky almost with an offensive deflection. Instead, Sapphires fighting hard to get into the midcourt here. Man to Melville. The skipper going to Little. Driving hard as man. Instead, they stick in the goal, the midcourt with Brophy. Now, man goes straight to Stansfield. That was a lovely feed from the midcourt. Sapphires up by 2. Ball won by Chase Vassallo. The captain for the Sparks leading by example, trying to shift momentum their way. Baker not confident to go to McCrowan, who is driving forward. Instead, they're in the pocket. Swanky up top, goes back to the pocket. Great pass. Baker heading to the left hand now. McCrowan, oh, they call it a replay. And on court, Fiddler will take the turnover. Donahue to Little. Man with hard feet landing on the ground. Brophy, oh, wasn't ready for the feed. But she will take a penalty here for Sapphires inside. Missed shot. Patterson just in the right place at the right time. Takes the rebound. And the Sparks eager to come back here. McCrowan back to Tweddle O'Donnell. Ball won by Caitlin Stansfield. Don't you love that from your goal shooter? A rebound, and now she's going to finish the job here. Converts the effort. Sapphire's bench goes nuts. Can the Sparks reply? Confident work by Abby Baker. And she'll get another crack at the shot. Missed. They're rattled, the Sparks. And Charlie Fiddler prowling at the back, pouncing on the rebound. Taking a penalty here for the Sapphires. Donahue, strong shoulder pass to man, cross court. Now, oh, Vassallo's hit the deck. And in the process, made a bit of a contact on Donahue. But Sapphire's eager to move on through the hands of Patterson. They hang on to possession, swinging on the edge. Brophy finds space on the back line. And she'll have to give it to Stansfield for this penalty shot. Pretty quiet inside Netball Central all of a sudden. And there's a change being made for the Sparks. So Luana Okafalau is going to come on in centre. And Claire McCrowan's been sent to the bench. What will this change bring for the UTS St George side? Brophy, a fake, then she finds Stansfield, split stance on the right-hand side of the post. Another confident shot for the Sapphires. With a lead of 5, they've got all the momentum. Okafalau giving it to Swanky, has to bat it back to herself. And Baker coming through at the back, a really good option for Vassallo. But just missing that confidence at the moment. Asked to put the shot up again. This time it's solid, back within 4. Little to Stansfield in the air. Brophy running through with a strong drive. They bounce or attempt to. Penalty helps them out. And Stansfield almost single-handedly leading the Sapphires here. Baker laterally to Vassallo. Ball given back. Now Okafalau's on the edge. Hands from Fiddler spoil the party. And Sparks will be forced to throw in from the side. Tweddle O'Donnell to Baker. Up in the air, Fiddler's hunting. And her mate Gemma Donahue backs up and steals the ball for the Sapphires. Really nice teamwork in defence. Stansfield, ball in hand. Round the rim and through, and look at the support here tonight. That looked like a singleton in the crowd. The curly hair giving it away. In the pocket, Little feeding into Stansfield. Fairway out, no issues at all. Back to 5 goals difference. Hands from Brophy. So both their shooters having a defensive play to their names now. Fighting hard here today, considering they come into this contest having finished 3rd on the ladder in the regular season. Producing another is Caitlin Stansfield. And the Sapphires all of a sudden have an 8-goal lead with a chance to make it 9. Playing round the Sparks here. Little uses Melville on the transverse line. Brophy looks in, instead goes to the pocket. But Okafalau will be able to play, and they'll take penalty pass outside the circle instead. Little forced to retrieve the ball. Wasting a little bit of energy there. And Stansfield looks like she just flicked herself in the face with her own hair. Little dodge from Okafalau to get the ball from Baker. Now Vassallo twisting in the air. Looks in. Baker, long way out. Not happy with Swanky's position. And Swanky's going to have to find some space aside from Fiddler if she hopes to have more of a hand in this game tonight. In front, Abby Baker, the one to do the job at the moment. Right-hand side of the post. Swanky finishes the job. Melville, long in the air, great contest. Tweddle O'Donnell offside either way. In the pocket, Little standing strong. Feeds into Brophy, who takes a little step in, swings the other leg, and converts, bullying away to the post. 22-13. Vassallo long downtown to Swanky. That was pretty good vision from the Sparks. 8 goals in it. 6.5 till half time. Brophy looking to go to Stansfield, instead sets herself up. Just jumping over the transverse line at the last minute, Abby Baker. Vassallo reaching in the air. Baker to Swanky. That combination is starting to work, but it looks like there's going to be changes here for the Sparks. And multiple ones at that. Jess Bowden's going to come on in wing defence. And Amy Della has come on in goal defence. She just had a look down at her bib to check what she was playing as well. Patterson into goalkeeper. So 3 changes. In fact, there's 4 changes being made. Tweddle O'Donnell moved from wing defence into goal attack. And Abby Baker sent to the bench. So Regan Tweddle not afraid to make those substitutions to try and swing back momentum in the Sparks' favour. Okafalau turning with the ball here. Swanky just inside. Not happy with position. Tweddle O'Donnell puts the ball around to Vassallo and she finds Swanky. Backing up the rebound. Missed again. Fiddler just waiting for the ball to pop into her hands. Long white socks. Brophy along the ground, setting up Stansfield. Doesn't flinch. 10 goals difference. Pretty big deficit for a preliminary final, you'd think. Sparks need to come back here. They need a defensive tip. Instead, it looks like the Sapphires are going to be confident enough to put another shot on the board. 26-25. 26-15 rather, I should say. Bowden to Vassallo in a Sapphire sandwich and ball won by Fiddler. Mann goes cross court to Donahue. Little bouncing to Brophy. Oh, poor pass a little bit overcooked. Heading over the circle and Mann just couldn't contain it. So Sparks will throw in from the side of the court. Bowden with a fake, loses the ball in the process. She's lucky that Patterson regathers. Okafalau to Vassallo. Tweddle O'Donnell coming back to Bowden. Into the pocket, they swing. And on the baseline, again over the top of the circle, not confident enough to put the shot up. So Tweddle O'Donnell needs to have a crack at that first opportunity. And also needs to back up Swanky here because her accuracy hasn't been as good as usual tonight. Three minutes 11 on the clock. The difference still 10. Little looking back. Donahue into Brophy. Edging in. Brophy double pump. Misses the shot. Oh, how's the rebounds? The effort to get there. And Amy Dellis just hugged Caitlin Stansfield up and tackled her to the ground. Vassallo using the transverse line. Strong and hard, they have to be. Tweddle O'Donnell, hip high, offload to Swanky, who wasn't confident that one was going to roll in, but it did. 2 minutes till half time. A fast, intense game so far, but it's all the Sapphires' way. Little to Brophy, comes off the tip of Bowden. In the pocket, swinging over the top to Mann. And Brophy, smart play. Finds some backspace, nails another shot and takes the Sapphires to 28. Okafalau to Vassallo on the centre pass. Tweddle O'Donnell in this left-hand channel. Coming back, no look pass. Inside the midcourt, they need to push towards the post, not backwards. Vassallo on her own. Fiddler came out hunting, committed to the intercept and left Swanky all alone on her own at the back. Melville to Little. Mann hesitating. Ball batted from Bowden, who did really well to ensure she didn't go offside and into the goal circle. Vella to Bowden. Okafalau in the air. Oh, ball lost. Given back with the umpire's help. Now Okafalau looks to feed. Not particularly happy with either option, and in the air, Donahue. She's won that contest. Vassallo called out a play. pushing up the outside channel. Little threading the needle into Stansfield. 1-2 puts the ball up through, and the Sapphires hit 29. Stansfield doing all the work here tonight, even wiping up the sweat on the ground. Won that contest. Quick work here on the buzzer. Stansfield can't make it happen. I think she'll be forgiven. She's playing out of her skin tonight. 29-18, a huge deficit heading into the halftime break. And the Sapphires, wow, aren't they putting on a show here tonight? Heading out for the third quarter here. The Sapphires with a healthy lead of 11 goals. It was just one goal that separated these two teams at the first break, but a massive second quarter from the Sapphires in which they scored 18 goals. Sees them in front and comfortable. Our umpires, Hayley and Emma Burgess, sisters, with the ball in hand, ready to go. Looking out at the Sparks lineup, there's been one change made. Actually, a couple. So McCrowan's come on in centre and Abby Baker's now on in wing attack. Okafalau's in wing defence. And Bowden and Patterson have stayed where they were. Man to Stansfield. Oh, it's a turnover. Good pressure from the Sparks. And they need it desperately, considering there's a big deficit that they need to mow down here. I think that's a poster for Maddie Melville with some pretty funny photos on it. Bowden looking to run back. One-footed Okafalau went to Baker instead. So she's going to try and come into this game in wing attack instead. But Maddie Melville for the Sapphires, the captain with a huge smile on her face, and there's no need to wonder why. On the transverse line, she now helps Little get inside the goal third. On the edge, looking to feed, Brophy on her own. Oh, and there's a call against the Sapphires here. So Stansfield looked like she was out of play. Sparks with an opportunity. McCrowan to Baker. Swenke was on her own. They've got to give that ball. Hesitation will be a downfall, because the Sapphires are just going to punish that. It does end up with Swenke though, and through the hoop. 10 goals difference. Sparks eager to add another to the bank here. McCrowan to Tweddle O'Donnell. To the top, Baker finds Swenke at the back, and on the right-hand side of the post, she misses the shot. So she's been a little bit off tonight. And I wonder whether she is the substitute that should have been made just to freshen some stuff up there. Oh, Man's hit the deck and Sapphires have lost the ball. Bowden to Tweddle O'Donnell. McCrowan to Baker. Sparks gifted an opportunity here. Can they convert this time? McCrowan feeds to Swenke. A strong take. Can't get it through. Now in front. She makes the third attempt. And they're back within 9, the Sparks. Little round the body of Okafalau. And they'll take the ball back for a penalty. On the edge. Swinging. Stansfield was closed down as an option. Patterson out of play. And doesn't the crowd love Caitlin Stansfield? Fair bit of traffic here and congestion. Bouncing on the edge. They're trying to come back to the transverse line here. McCrowan now bounces to Baker. Almost a replay. Tweddle O'Donnell calling for it a long way out. Top of the circle. Baker quick work into Swenke. Now in front. She needs to get this shot in. It teases us but pops through in the end. 9 goals still the difference. Melville driving through finds Little. And the angles in which you see the Sapphires set their bodies up to treasure the ball are such smart play. A lot of these players are only 16 years old in this under 23's category, still quite young. Rocking back is Stansfield, and she's also rocking the house tonight. Okafalau forced to take the pass again with little out of play. Baker shut down an option, so they go to McCrowan. Quick work from the Sparks here, right in front. Still 9 goals off the Sapphires. Little coming around the long route for the centre pass. Stansford using Melville on the edge. Looking in is Mann. The feed's not great, but Brophy does well to hang on to possession and cling to the ball. Stansfield draws a penalty just inside the circle. Brophy using the pocket. Keep moving. Directions being yelled at by the Sapphires bench. Stansfield offloads to Brophy, left-hand side. She's not confident either, and on the ground. Oh, that is hard done by. Patterson might have had first possession then. Both defenders out of play. The difference back to 10. Baker into Tweddle O'Donnell. She's a fair way out, got no option, but to try and find a better position. This time dishing off to Swanky. And the Sparks are going to have to show a little more fight here if they're going to turn this deficit around. It's not going to be enough just to convert their own centres. Roaming at the back was Brophy, but Stansfield draws a penalty for the Sapphires here. Patterson out of play. McCrowan to Tweddle O'Donnell. Oh, won by Melville. Winning the ball on the centre pass. Sapphires can't convert though, it goes over the back line. Strong and hard, Patterson, yes, it's a 3-second call, so hell ball. Sapphires a chance here to convert what they started. And Stansfield lighting it up on the show court tonight in this preliminary final. Could very well take the Sapphires through to the grand final next week. Ball won by Baker at the back. The Sparks aren't giving up. Okafalau back to Baker. McCrowan, quick feet, coming back to the wing attack. So she's setting up a lot of the play, whether she's in goal attack or wing attack. And Swanky flirting with the 3 seconds there. Converts the shot, takes them back to the 10-goal deficit. But this time it's a Sparks centre, so they can back up here. Tweddle O'Donnell looks in, instead goes to the centre. Now on the right-hand side of the circle, they come back to reset. Donahue out of play. McCrowan back to the top of the goal third. Now Tweddle O'Donnell bounces low and back towards McCrowan. Oh, lovely feed in, shooter to shooter. There's a glimpse of hope there. Can they crack on with it? Brophy jumping into the midcourt for the centre pass. Loses the ball, regathers. Stansfield going 1-2 with Little. Brophy, the best option inside, misses the shot, and Patterson jumping on those loose crumbs. Okafalau looks left, looks right, throws a pass trying to thread the needle, but instead it sails through and over the sideline. Sapphire must have touched it. Inside the goal third. Offside call on the Sapphires. Tweddle O'Donnell with a shoulder pass looping into Swanky. Just waiting for everyone else to catch up with the fact it should be a penalty. (34-26), the difference 8 now. Sparks really trying to come back here. They were down by 8 goals against the Fury in the major semi-final last week and managed to get back within 1. Lost that match, but are capable of a big comeback. Sparks told to hang on and carry on as they had first possession. Now Swanky, this is better play from them. She's got a stronger hold in front of Fiddler, and they're playing the ball into her on the side of the body rather than trying to come over the back. Little wins the ball on the centre pass, but Sapphires get it back with the penalty. Stansfield to man up top. She wants to go down low, instead she swings to Little. Patterson came out hunting, and now Stansfield left-hand side of the post. Carving it up here tonight. 4 minutes 30 before the final break of the match. McCrowan to Tweddle O'Donnell into Abby Baker, who reached high into the air for that ball. Fiddler a little late with some contact. Just 8 goals difference. Can they bring it back to 7? Up top, Tweddle O'Donnell. It's looking good. Little driving to get rid of Okafolau. Cutting back. Now Sapphires at the top of the circle. Inside the pocket, Stansfield, a bit of contact from Patterson there, body on body, shoulder to shoulder though. Up top, just inside, Stansfield looks to give it to Brophy. And while Patterson is making it difficult, she's also helping them get towards the post and allowing them to steady themselves with a couple of calls up against her. 36-28. Oh, nice work from the Sparks there. They're capable of coming back. They'll have to be quick. There's 3 minutes 20 before the final break. Sapphires to Little. A lot of yelling being done from the side of the court. Bouncing to the pocket. Brophy looking for that second phase. It looks like Patterson's doing a good job on Stansfield here, just shutting out her as an option. Little looking to feed. She goes low. Stansfield pounces on the ball. A sharp shooter. Sapphires hit 37. Okafolau to Tweddle O'Donnell. Oh! Who had the ball then? Umpires call it Sapphire's way. Little, strong and hard into the air, but into the hands of the Sparks. Patterson and Bowden combining to steal possession. Okafolau to Baker. Driving hard as Tweddle O'Donnell. Instead, they stay inside the midcourt. Okafolau picks the ball back up. McCrowan to Baker in front. Into the middle channel. Tweddle O'Donnell running through. She's got to be the link between everything, it seems. And Swanky, although she really tried hard to get that ball then, was just beaten with a little bit of height. Oh, Patterson coming through with a little defensive tip. Baker wins the ball at the top, steadies herself, and Swanky rolling off the body just at the right time. Here come the Sparks. Back within 7, a minute 30 before the final break. Lots of changes being made to their side so far. Can they go the distance? Little to Stansfield on the edge of the circle. She finds Brophy. That was nice work. Good timing. And the shot is good. Baker out. to Tweddle O'Donnell in the air. Inside the goal third, McCrowan comes back to Baker. Up top, Tweddle O'Donnell. Oh, tries to find McCrowan. What's going to happen here? Umpires give Sparks the ball back. And now inside the circle. Left-hand side, Tweddle O'Donnell puts the shot up. Swanky tries to back up, but instead swats it over the back line. Fiddler with a throw-in for Manly. She finds Melville, but the ball's put into the mid-court. Trying to cut out some mess. Donahue to Little. Contact call, Okafolau out of play. Stansfield 1-2. Can the shooter get another? Her accuracy riding an all-time high tonight. Back to 9 goals difference. So Sparks are going to have to work hard here. There's 6 seconds on the clock. Stansfield just steadying herself. Patterson falling in unhappy with the call for obstruction. But it does mean that Sapphires miss a chance. So they probably should have been allowed to shoot that given it was a penalty. Instead, the score is 39-30 with 9 goals difference at the final break. Lots of high fives all around. And we're expecting big things for the final quarter of this preliminary match. Don't go anywhere. 9 goals, 15 minutes to play. The Sapphires currently leading, but they just conceded their first quarter to the Sparks. 12-10. And so has momentum shifted? I guess we wait and see in this fourth quarter. Bowden to Okafalau. Baker to Vassallo, who's come back on court in centre. Tweddle O'Donnell to the pocket. Baker finds Swanky all alone at the back. And they convert the first goal of the fourth quarter. Brophy coming out for the centre pass. Passes it off to Little. Stansfield using her up the top, and the feed isn't good. A bit of a miscommunication, and Stansfield got stuck on Patterson. So Sparks throw in on the back line. Can they convert this, make it 2? Tweddle O'Donnell on her own inside the goal third. Okafalau finds Vassallo. Tweddle O'Donnell edging inside that circle now, along the ground and into Swanky. No, she'll take it back for the penalty. Just waiting for Melville to stand aside. Switching to the left-hand side of the circle. Front cut from O'Donnell. Now Swanky. Right-hand side has a chance to steady herself. Sparks score the first 2 goals of the fourth quarter with a centre up their sleeve here. This could be dangerous for the Sapphires. Tweddle O'Donnell coming back to the transverse line. Abby Baker up top, inside. The goal attack and wing attack sharing the ball. Missed shot, and Fiddler denies them an opportunity to rebound. Skipping through the mid-quarter, the Sapphires eager to score. In the pocket is Little. Stansfield trying to find a better position. She might just need to put the shot up. Here she goes. It's through. They've hit 40. Still in front by 8. Oh, through traffic. And Sparks win the ball. Can you hear the supporters in the crowd? Baker given a penalty inside the goal third. Vassallo coming back to Okafalau. Another penalty on the transverse line. Baker coming back. They need a second phase. Tweddle O'Donnell finds some space in the pocket. Using Baker on the edge. 1-2. Flirting with the 3 seconds. Misses the shot. And the call goes against the Sapphires. Swanky, left-hand side of the post. Finding her rhythm. 7 goals difference. For much of this game, it's been roughly 10. Can the Sparks come back here? The ball, although deflecting off a Manly Sapphires player, sticks with the Sparks. And Swanky doesn't flinch, produces another. They're back within 6, and the Sapphires are looking at their bench. What can they bring to the party to shift this momentum? Brophy in the air finds Little. Now they're in the pocket through man. Looking to feed. Instead they swing overhead. Up top, man surviving a challenge from Okafalau. Stansfield just can't get free of Patterson, and this time the penalty goes the Sapphire's way, giving them room to breathe. Dish off to Brophy. Just as much support here for the Sapphires tonight. Ball one on the centre pass. Donahue coming through strong. Through the hands of Melville, regathered. Tippy-toeing on that transverse line, trying to keep herself from going offside. Same goes with Donahue. Little, now to man at the top. Little fake gets rid of Patterson, and Stansfield rocks back. Oh, off the edge, into the hands of Jess Bowden. Laterally they come, and now into the midcourt. Patterson to Okafalau. Bowden to Baker. One foot inside is Tweddle O'Donnell. Little sneaky pass behind. Again, another penalty goes the Sparks' way. And a challenge for Fiddler on Swanky means the Sparks will convert another penalty. 6 goals in it. Just over 10 minutes to play in this preliminary final. Brophy surviving a strong contest from Baker. Sapphires in their goal third. It looks like Donohue's going to come off. Sapphires just indicating they're keen for a substitution. Stansfield looking in, not happy with any of the options, comes back to Little. Now inside is Brophy, again having to use Little in that pocket. A big stagnant. And that's due to a lot of the work that the Sparks are doing with defence. Coming back, Stansfield. Gifted a penalty here inside. In front. Misses the shot. She's been accurate all night. Misses a crucial shot for the Sapphires though. Okafalau threads the needle to Baker, and over the top of the hands of Fiddler they find Swanky. Here come the Sparks. Just 5 goals difference as the Sapphires make some substitutions. Donohue comes off, Hancock's into wing defence. Vassallo, the Sparks picker, comes back. Running hard is Baker, although Bowden will take the ball back for a free pass inside the midcourt. Baker to Vassallo, using Okafalau on the transverse line. Wing attack to goal attack. Tweddle O'Donnell comes back to Vassallo, 1 foot inside the goal circle. Up top is Baker. Feeding in, mid-range, swish! 41-37. The difference just 4. An impressive fight back from the Sparks. Sapphires just finding it difficult trying to feed into their shooters. Stansfield not tall enough for the feed. Ball over the back line, and Patterson with a throw in for the Sparks. Spills the ball. Bowden's there to pick it up. Okafalau running through provides an option. Now Bowden through traffic, heads to the left-hand side of the court. Little ball over the top. Baker to Vassallo laterally, now coming back to back up. Tweddle O'Donnell outside the circle. She'll be the next option. On the edge, looking to feed in. Instead they go low to the goal attack. Melville out of play. Vassallo to Tweddle O'Donnell, who's just swept the top of the circle. The shot is missed, and Charlie Fiddler keeps the Sapphires alive. The Sapphires coach just asking her players to take a breath as Tweddle O'Donnell steals the ball. Keeps it in play as she falls over the side of the court. Up top is Vassallo, feeds into the goal attack. And the ball will stick with the Sparks inside the circle. 7 minutes to play here. Winner goes through to the grand final. Fiddler, again acting like a guard at the back. Strong and hard. Little inside the midcourt, coming back to the keeper. Moving diagonally here. Brophy, back to man. Little to Stansfield. Patient work from the Sapphires and better play. Up top, they'll get a penalty. Brophy popping through at the right time. Fires it inside. Sapphires up by 5. Here's a change for the Sparks. Ball won by the Sapphires here, although it's been spilled. Ends up with Fiddler in the back. Hancock's to Melville, long and strong in the air. Mann's got the ball, she gives it to Brophy, popping through again at the right time. And Stansfield, this is the play we saw from the Sapphires at the start of the match. Much better work. Just trying to work out who this player is that's come on. Tweddle O'Donnell, a little tip. I'm pretty sure she was the last one to touch that, but the umpire was convinced it was the Sapphires. Heading up the inside channel. Sparks keep it in play through Swanky. And Tweddle O'Donnell looks to complete the triangle. Gets another crack at it. Time not held. Now it is 5:22. This is a really tough contest. And you can't knock the effort of either side, really. Up by 11 goals at halftime, the Sapphires took that lead into the break, still up by 9. But now the difference is just 5. With 5 minutes to play and still plenty of netball to happen. Tweddle O'Donnell steadies herself, fires the shot, misses, and gives it back to Charlie Fiddler, prowling at the back. Hancox and Fiddler working it around. Oh, strong contest. And it's Peyru, the player that's come on in wing defence. That was a pretty late contest. Almost wiped out the Sapphires player. In front is Stansfield. Nails the shot. Man to Little. Returning the favour. At the back, prowling is Stansfield. Oh, she keeps it in play, loses the balance, gives it to Mann. Now Brophy's got it inside, puts it up. The shot is good. And the Sapphires still alive here. 45-38, 4 to play. Baker to Tweddle O'Donnell. Back with Baker in wing attack. Oh, too easy for the Sapphires. Turnover on the transverse line. Across the top of the circle, Mann to Stansfield, who rocks back, misses the shot, and loses a shoe in the process. I don't know how that happens. Baker to Vassallo inside the pocket. Swanky using Baker on the edge. Puts it up. Sparks hit 39. 6 goals is all that separate these two teams. Who is going to be in the grand final with the Fury next week? On the transverse line is Mann. Into the air. Stansfield wins the contest. Hancock's going to Little in front. Coming cross court to Melville. Little again with Stansfield. Down low. Brophy holding her ground. Draws a penalty. Keeps Patterson out of play. An impressive fight back from the Sparks might not be enough here as the time continues to tick down, and Sapphires have swung momentum with a couple of turnovers. Stansfield mid-range, won't miss. 47-36, 8 goals now. That might be enough. They've been impressive tonight. A massive second quarter where they scored 18 goals. Stansfield to the top, quick work with Mann and dishing off to Brophy on the right-hand side. Oh, Patterson, that was pretty fancy. Looks like it's come off a Sapphires player over the back line. So the Sparks keeper, oh no, it's inside, an offside call. So inside the circle, Peyru in the air, leaping is Vassallo. Up the right channel. On the transverse line. Penalty actually just inside the goal third. Baker coming back to Vassallo. In the air is Swanky. The feed is good. And although there's a minute and a half to go, it looks like Sapphires are going to meet Fury next week. .117. Baker to Swanky at the back. Fiddler losing her feet. And the Sapphires bench just giggling. They can giggle now with a minute left on the clock, knowing they've secured that grand final spot. And this will be a tough one for the Sparks, who finished second in the regular season. Sapphire is still eager to crack on here. Stansfield using man on the edge, recollects the ball. 30 seconds on the clock. Brophy just underneath. And the Sapphires haven't had to make any changes to their goaling pair tonight. They've been solid together. And they'll take some confidence in the fact that even when the Sparks were charging back, that their coach, well, Virginia Welsh, kept them firmly in that goal attack, goal shooting bib. 7 seconds to play. 6 the difference. Brophy a fair way up, puts the shot up. It's missed, but Stansfield with a second to go rather, has an attempt herself, and look how happy the Sapphires players are. Meeting each other in the midcourt, hugging it out with the Sparks. They knew that was a tough contest, but they've won this match tonight by 6 goals. And they'll head into the grand final next week with the GWS Fury. Now, we're going to wrap this match up right in front of the camera, so don't go anywhere, and you'll find out who our player of the match is. Well, the Manly Warringah Sapphires are through to the under-23's grand final, where they face the Fury next week. Caitlin Stansfield is our player of the match on Bar TV. Thoroughly deserved. You shot a lot of goals tonight.
Yeah. No, thank you. But the girls were just awesome out there. I mean, from the moment we stepped out there, we talked a lot about how the Swifts played in their grand final. They come out, they stepped up, and they just brought the whole game. That's what we were really trying to do. So a bit of inspiration from them, yeah.
Did you see the Super Netball trophy up on display?
No, not yet. I'll have to go and have a look at it, but that'll be, awesome to see.
Yeah, it's here at the show court tonight on display for everyone to see in the Premier League. But the Sapphires are through to their first grand final in the under-23's category. That must be really exciting.
Yes, it's so exciting. Their Opens have been there before, but their 20s and now 23s haven't. So it's really exciting for us at Sapphires, and yeah, we're just so happy to be there. So can't wait for next week.
At halftime in this match tonight, you were up by 11 goals, but they came back hard at you.
Yeah, well, we knew that they could do that. Like last week, they were up, GWS were up by 10, I think it was, and they fought that back to within 1 or 2. So we knew that they could definitely do that, and we knew we just had to keep pushing to get the win tonight.
They definitely swung momentum in that final quarter too. Yeah. So how did you make sure you stayed on top of that and kept your heads up?
So it was just staying calm. We knew we had the lead. We didn't want to play rush netball and panic and throw the ball away. So just keep possession, stay calm, make the right choices, and yeah, we knew we could have it.
Simple, right?
Yeah. Let's just do it next week.
Well, congratulations on making the grand final. And that means that you can join us for the under-23's grand final next Tuesday. I think it's at 7 p.m, but we'll confirm that time for you on Bar TV. And then the Opens will be on Wednesday night too. So we look forward to having your company then. Thanks for watching the action tonight.